Be Me, 31-year-old female, relationship therapist, specializing in couples communication. Always been feminist, believe emotional openness is key to healthy relationships. Constantly frustrated with male clients who won't share feelings. Men need to learn emotional vulnerability to connect with partners. Spend sessions encouraging guys to open up more. Your wife wants to know what you're really thinking and feeling. Assume male emotional distance comes from toxic masculinity and social conditioning. Patriarchy teaches men that feelings are weakness. Recently started dating Marcus after 2-year dry spell. He's 35, software engineer, seems emotionally mature compared to past boyfriends, early relationship going well, good chemistry and compatibility, but notice he keeps conversations pretty surface level. Shares opinions about movies and work, but nothing deeply personal. When I try steering toward emotional topics, he deflects gracefully. How did your parents' divorce affect you growing up? Oh, that was long time ago. Turned out fine. Assume he just needs more time to trust me with vulnerable topics. Few months in, decide to share something personal to encourage openness. Tell him about my anxiety disorder and how it affects my daily life. Expect reciprocal sharing about his struggles or insecurities. Instead, he goes into problem-solving mode immediately. Have you tried meditation apps or talking to doctor about medication? When I explain I want emotional support, not solutions, he seems confused. I thought you wanted help dealing with it. Realize we have different ideas about purpose of emotional sharing. Attend dinner party at friend's house. Marcus comes with me. Host Sarah asks guests to share something meaningful from past year. Women share personal stories about growth, loss, relationship changes. Men mostly talk about career achievements or hobby accomplishments. When Marcus mentions work promotion, Sarah pushes for more personal content. But what did you learn about yourself this year? Marcus looks uncomfortable, gives vague answer about patience. Later ask him why he didn't share anything more personal. Didn't seem like appropriate setting for deep personal stuff. Plus, women always say they want honesty, but get weird when men actually open up. Ask what he means by women getting weird. Reluctantly tells story about ex-girlfriend who wanted him to be more vulnerable. She kept pushing me to talk about my feelings and fears. Finally opened up about depression he experienced after job loss. Shared how worthless and scared he felt during unemployment. She got really uncomfortable and started treating me differently. Relationship dynamic changed after he showed weakness. She became less physically affectionate and more critical. Started questioning whether I was ambitious enough for long-term relationship. Eventually broke up citing concerns about his emotional stability. Learned that women want access to feelings but can't handle male vulnerability. Start paying attention to how I react when Marcus shows any weakness. Remember time he mentioned feeling overwhelmed at work. My immediate internal response was slight loss of respect. Why can't he handle normal job pressure? Caught myself expecting him to manage stress without complaint. Realize I have unconscious bias toward viewing male struggles as failure. Attend couples therapy training workshop about emotional intimacy. Instructor emphasizes importance of male emotional expression. Men who don't share feelings are emotionally unavailable. Entire curriculum assumes male emotional distance is relationship problem. No discussion of how women respond to male vulnerability, or why men might learn to protect themselves through emotional distance. During break, male therapist colleague shares different perspective. Most women say they want men to open up, but reject them when they do. Describes male clients who tried vulnerability with female partners. Wives lose attraction when husbands show fear, sadness, or uncertainty. Men learn that emotional openness leads to relationship problems. Better to maintain stoic facade than risk female rejection. Start researching how women actually respond to male emotional expression. Find studies showing both men and women lose respect for crying men. Even in therapeutic settings, male tears often seen as manipulation. Female therapists rate male clients more negatively when they show emotion. Data contradicts narrative about women wanting male vulnerability. Visit Marcus's family for holiday dinner. Notice how his mother and sisters interact with men at table. When his brother mentions stress about new baby keeping him awake. women immediately start giving advice about sleep schedules. You just need to be more organized about nighttime routine. No validation of how difficult adjustment period must be. Contrast with how they responded to sister-in-law's identical complaint. Offered emotional support and reassurance about being good mother. Clear double standard and empathy based on gender. Marcus's father shares story about losing longtime friend to cancer. Women at table quickly change subject to lighter topics. Let's not dwell on sad things during family dinner. Male grief apparently too uncomfortable for female processing, but female sadness would receive extensive discussion and support. Start noticing this pattern everywhere in social situations. Women bond by sharing emotional struggles and receiving validation. When men attempt similar sharing, women become uncomfortable. Offer quick solutions or redirect conversation away from male feelings. Have you tried working out more? That usually helps with depression. Male emotions treated as problems requiring fixes rather than human experiences deserving empathy. Attend book club where discussion turns to relationships. Women complaining about emotionally distant male partners. I wish he would just tell me what he's thinking. Men are so closed off, it's impossible to connect. Share Marcus's perspective about women rejecting male vulnerability. Room goes silent, several women look defensive. That's not true, I would support my husband if he opened up. But then describe losing attraction when partners showed weakness. I need him to be my rock, not another emotional burden. Contradiction between stated desires and actual responses. Women want emotional access without emotional responsibility. Few weeks later, Marcus has particularly stressful day at work. Project deadline moved up. Boss criticizing his team publicly. Comes home obviously upset but trying to hide it. Decide to push him to share instead of letting it slide. I can tell something's bothering you. Please talk to me. After persistent encouragement, he finally opens up. Describes feeling humiliated by boss's public criticism. Worries about job security and ability to advance in career. Shares anxiety about not being successful enough provider. As he talks, notice my own internal reactions. Slight irritation that he's letting work affect him so much. Uncomfortable with seeing him in a vulnerable state. Catch myself wanting to say, just find new job to end conversation. Realize I'm having exact reaction he predicted women would have. Male vulnerability triggers my discomfort rather than compassion. Force myself to listen without offering solutions or judgment. Validate his feelings and acknowledge difficulty of situation. Marcus visibly relaxes when I don't try to fix or minimize his concerns. This is first time woman has listened to my problems without making suggestions. Explains that most women respond to male problems with immediate advice. Makes us feel like our emotions are inconvenient obstacles to overcome. Men learn that sharing feelings creates burden for women. Better to process difficulties alone than impose on female partners. Start observing female friends' reactions to male vulnerability. Friend Jessica complains that her boyfriend is too needy. He's been sharing anxiety about upcoming job interview. I don't want to be his therapist. That's what friends are for. Same woman expects hours of emotional support from boyfriend when she's stressed. Double standard where female needs are normal, but male needs are excessive. Another friend, Lisa, describes losing attraction to husband after his father died. He was crying all the time and couldn't function normally. I understand grief, but it went on for months. No consideration that men might process loss differently, or that stoic facade takes enormous emotional energy to maintain. Husband probably needed support, but got criticism for grieving too long. Attend Marcus's college reunion, observe dynamics between old friends. Men catching up focus on achievements and shared experiences. Avoid discussing personal struggles or relationship problems. When one friend mentions recent divorce, others offer practical advice. Lawyer up and protect your assets. Hit gym and get back out there. Emotional processing happens privately if at all. Contrast with women's reunion I attended previous year. Extensive discussion of personal challenges and life changes, mutual support and validation for emotional experiences. Clear difference in how genders are socialized to handle vulnerability. Men learned early that emotional expression brings judgment rather than support. Colleague at therapy practice shares insights about male clients. Men want to open up, but learned it's dangerous. Describes clients whose wives left after they showed depression. She said I wasn't the strong man she married. Men punished for human emotional responses. Learn to compartmentalize feelings to maintain relationships. Male stoicism isn't emotional unavailability. It's emotional protection. Start changing approach with male clients in therapy. Instead of pushing for emotional expression, explore barriers to vulnerability. Help them identify safe relationships and appropriate contexts. Not everyone deserves access to your emotional life. Men need permission to be selective about emotional sharing, rather than pressure to be vulnerable with everyone. 6 months of conscious observation reveals uncomfortable pattern. I contribute to male emotional suppression while complaining about it. Expect Marcus to be strong when I need support, but uncomfortable when he needs same from me. Unconsciously reinforce societal message that male emotions are burden. Women created environment where male vulnerability is punished. Then criticize men for being emotionally unavailable. Begin practicing genuine acceptance of Marcus's emotional expressions when he shares fears or insecurities. Resist urge to fix or judge. Offer same validation and empathy I would want for my struggles. Notice immediate improvement in relationship intimacy and trust. Marcus opens up more when met with acceptance rather than solutions. Shares deeper thoughts about life, relationships, future goals, emotional connection. I always wanted required changing my responses, not changing his willingness to be vulnerable. Now, work helping couples understand emotional double standards. Teach women to recognize their role in male emotional suppression. Coordinate with male therapists who understand these dynamics. Advocate for accepting male vulnerability without trying to fix it. Learned that men don't open up because opening up is dangerous. Women reject vulnerable men while claiming to want emotional intimacy. Creates impossible situation where men can't win either way. True emotional connection requires genuine acceptance of male humanity, including uncomfortable emotions that can't be quickly solved. Men have rich emotional lives. They'll share when it's actually safe.